I mean, because look what happened with GTI right before that.
What was that trade? 20 minutes, and you just made what like most Americans make in like a month. On a good month.
Yeah, a good month.
And this is the thing, like you guys can come out of retirement, once you start to have, understand how this stuff works, you do not have to sit there and scalp all day. You really don't.
Okay, locked it in.
You locked it?
Yeah.
How much you made?
$4,000.
Nice.
Yeah.
What are you at?
On the day or the year?
Total.
Like
1,000 away?
I'm like 1,500 away, like 999.5 or 998.5.
We're so close.
So close. Well, if we get a nice panic on it, we'll see. I'm not gonna force it. All right. How you doing, Tim?
I'm good, man. Literally, best. You guys are hearing me. So wait, is this the microphone? These are the two mics?
Cool.
I thought the sound could pick up anything. They couldn't hear me from over there. I was yelling. Anyways, can you guys hear me now? It's a Verizon commercial. Can you hear me now? All right, GTII is topping here in the 180s. I'm glad I'm out in the 180s. I guess you could have timed it better and sold in the 190s, but first Green Day OTC with a news catalyst. This beanie, by the way, is made out of 100% recycled plastic bottle caps. This is our new stuff. Feel this.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So soft, right?
That's soft. Is that Carmigalo?
It is. This is our new project.
Noted.
This is the new Carmigalo. This is made in Peru. Feel it? We've employed like a whole village of women.
But how about that?
I know. This is new stuff. I'm literally just...
I like that jacket a lot.
I just got these samples. But it's pretty freaking... awesome. This is innovation with fashion. This is innovation with learning. It's exciting times.
Innovation that excites.
I like that. Every single one of you should be learning. Even if you miss GNS or GTII, the bull market is back, baby. At least in the speculative world.
Yeah, this is nice.
This is beautiful.
We're getting like a whole new sector run, which is cool.
I'm pretty pumped up because it's been a while since we've seen like big winners. Like big weekend. This is literally my biggest winner of the year. Times like 5. And I made video lessons on it over the weekend. I literally was in this in all my accounts. I just should have been in bigger. It's been a while since we've had like such a solid morning runner. Like we just got here to the studio. We're outside. I was pumped. I was telling him because I knew he was long GTII. I was like, yo, GTII gap up to 155. I was pumped about that because I was in the 130s and 140s. 155 I was happy. Now
GTI looks nice here too.
It's impressive. But understand, sometimes the best trade is just over the weekend and there might be no play now. I'm not chasing GTII again. I would love to see a giant panic. To tell you the truth. And it looks like we're topping here. This stock has come very far. The bigger the panic on GTII, GNS now, the better for potential dip buys. But this has been my single, not just biggest win, but like my most reliable pattern. Just buying the stock over the weekend and letting the promoters do their thing. Shout out to GTII promoters. They're out there. They've been tweeting all weekend long. Props to them. Extra cocaine for you guys. Good job. I make that joke, but it's true. Like this is what fuels, coffee fuels us. Cocaine fuels penny stock promoters.
We choose the healthier route.
It's whatever you like.
This is black coffee.
This is delicious coffee.
It's delicious
Shout
coffee.
out to Proud Marys. It's good, right?
Yeah, this is really good.
So this is why I went out for coffee. Sorry for being a little late and we have tech issues. But I went out for coffee specifically with Matt Monaco because I was like, we're doing this all-day webinar. I need to be caffeinated. Zach always gets shit coffee in like Taco Deli we're going to have like this greasy, terrible food and like mediocre chain coffee. And I was like, no, life is too short. So we went to Proud Mary's Coffee here in Austin, Texas. Just flew in from Dubai. When I'm jet lagged, I need good coffee. Is this not delicious coffee?
This is delicious coffee.
And
delicious coffee.
On February 6th, they have this.
What are you telling them all? What the...
No,
you're making us
never
get there.
mind, never mind, never mind.
Yeah.
Something's going to happen on February 6th. We're not going to mention it. And it's your birthday. GTII is sucking up the shorts. This is actually interesting. GTII, both GTII and GNS are, both up 33, 34%. But GTII is still only, early in the pattern. And this is what I went over. I hope you guys watched the video lesson. I made a video lesson last night at midnight because I was like, I need you guys to see this ahead of time. I was forcing myself to stay up. How are more people not excited? Did you guys see GTII? Say yes or no. If you saw GTII and GNS, if you profited off this, or maybe you're just in, the sea of red.
This is like the nicest kind of liquid OTC in a while.
Dude,
I mean, this is a nice gap up.
I totally underestimated it. It's my biggest winner, but I still underestimated it. And it's nice to see. And look at this. It keeps going. Like, it sucked up all the early sellers. I mean, every single one of you should remember this. Where Bryce almost hit 1 million. You're at, what are you at? 999,000?
998,500.
You're
Like 1,500 away.
It's okay. But how much did you make on this one?
$4,000.
That's nice.
No, yeah, it's perfect.
Dude, and this is sometimes trading. Like, I know, look at this. GTI now up to 199.
Yeah, it's new highs.
This is a short squeeze.
Yeah. There's the 2. $202. Oh my gosh.
Absolutely beautiful.
204.
We have not seen a giant runner like this, an OTC giant runner, in quite a while. So we're pretty pumped. GTII is now in the lead. It's up 43%. GNS is only up 33%. But this is a short squeeze. First green day.
Look at those bidders too on GTII. Nice holding it up there.
Absolutely beautiful. It does not get any better than this. And this is like, for those of you who are new and you weren't there for like the craziness of 2020 and 2021, this was what it was like every single day.
Every single other minute.
Like it was stupid. Now we're so excited because we're getting like a little taste of like, the madness. And you have to understand, like, it's just funny because like, it's not like these companies are good. They're just saying, hey, we're going after illegal shorts, which I still have doubts whether there are any illegal shorts, especially because it's interesting for me because the promoters claim that I was the illegal short in GTII. This is my one short. You have to understand this. This is the one short that I've done in the past few months. I shorted 1,000 shares. 1,000 shares. And they're like, Sykes is leading the bear raid. His illegal short. Trade Zero had shares to short. I didn't have to illegally.
And this was
short.
like way back here, right? Yeah, I mean, this was months ago.
But they're like, Sykes is the bear raid leader. I'm like, you guys are absolute morons. But, today it's all love for the promoters because they've been working hard all weekend. They created this squeeze. They created this momentum. Any single one of you could have made 30, 40% over the weekend. Every single one of you should have made 30, 40% over the weekend, whether you're paper trading, whether you had a small account or not.
That was a layup.
First green day OTC, former supernova with a news catalyst. It does not get better than this. It really doesn't. This is what you guys have to understand. Look at this.
Look at how, oh man, that just looks so nice.
And I'm trying to be nice. I said, if you didn't profit, you need to study more. In a past life, I would have been like, you guys are absolute morons for missing this opportunity. But I'm like, look, it's fine. We haven't had this in a while, so it's okay to underestimate this. I want everyone retweeting this. And understand, show your love and appreciation to the promoters. Understand, it's been, how long has it been since we've seen a first Green Day OTC
like
pop
that?
up like this? 6 months? 9 months?
At the minimum. I can't think of the last time I saw a great OTC like that.
And understand, I got a little too excited on Friday. I saw what was lining up for a weekend trade, and I bought it a little too early. And I kind of screwed myself because I got too excited, and I tried to pull back, and I was like, whoa, wait a minute. And then it turned out to be absolutely right. My first instinct to get excited about this setup was right. By the way, GNS and GTII both up 35%. And this is what you have to understand. It's not just one play. It doesn't matter about the company. Promoters will make it seem like it's the company, but instead it's the news catalyst, it's the trend. When you see two companies doing the exact same price action, you start to realize that these companies don't matter. The promoters are just liars. But the price action and the trend and the setup is there.
GTI looks like a little failed high day break, so.
Yeah, sorry for the delayed start, but, build a bridge, get over it. We're not organized. This is what you guys have to understand. People think oh, you should be all organized. Do you know what it's like having 30 plus millionaires all created in a few months? And the whole industry being a scam and everyone being oh shit, Sykes is actually real. Do you know what that's like? No, you don't. I do. So you guys want organization? Not going to happen. All the fakes in the industry are very organized because they don't have any millionaires. They don't have people actually doing this. This is actually impressive that the market is coming back. I would really hate to be a short seller. Look at this. The Dow was down 200. Now
oh my gosh.
It's a really tough market to be a short seller. Can you imagine what it's like if you're a short seller and you're the economy, inflation, Intel warned, IBM warned, and the market just shut up. We're coming back.
I was so surprised. I mean, the SPY was over 400 the other day, and I was shocked at how many people are no, it's up too much. It's up too much. I'm okay.
Because you have to understand, promoters are all excessively promoting, everything's perfect. There's unicorns and pots of gold at the end of the rainbow. And then short sellers are it's over. The U.S. is in debt. Look at that. By the way, the U.S. was founded on debt. For all of you debt haters, the U.S. was founded on debt. The U.S. grew on debt. We wouldn't buy the Mississippi Purchase going back hundreds of years. It was all financed through debt. So you can't hate on debt. I understand too much debt is a problem. You never know when the bubble is going to pop, but it's never paid to bet against America for any extended period of time. All the short sellers were so pumped 2022. They're this is the beginning of the end for the evil empire.
And then it felt 40% that no one was happy with it. No one was happy after that. That blew my mind.
Short sellers are never happy. They really should spend their money in therapy instead of trading. Quick question for Bryce. Throw out any questions, by the way, guys. I don't see any great trades right now, so that's why I'm just talking. Would BZFD be a good dip buy if it reverses? Yeah, BZFD also just got a little overextended. It's down 20%. This is a good potential dip buy, but also I think it just got overextended due to shorts. So it's not again, these aren't quality companies. None of these are quality companies. And it's tough to dip by a short squeeze that's popping. I guess you could say it cracked 3. So, maybe there's a little bounce, but I'm not dip buying anything yet. Question for Bryce. How does it feel to be so close?
I feel like I've been so close for months now. I think this was my biggest trade of the year too. For $4,000 back in 2020, a $4,000 day was average. So I've kind of adjusted my expectations. I've been sitting at this line for 9 months now. It's just I've just been going back and forth kind of as the market has changed. So it doesn't really feel a whole lot different, but it does feel good. It's felt great over the past 2 years, just seeing that work pay off from 2017 on. Just goes to show, and it really just goes to show here now that the market's heating up again. You wait for the right opportunity. It's really being prepared for when that opportunity comes, being prepared for the timing. And so that's felt really good that I've kind of stepped up, and when it matters, I pull it out. So I'm really excited to see when it happens, but I'm not. If another trade doesn't happen for a week, I'm not going to be upset either. A month or it's the market. So, but it's been great. It's crazy. It's been almost 6 years now. That is pretty cool.
BZFD, by the way, just took out the new day low. I'm watching it for a potential dip buy, but I need more panic. It doesn't look like it's very strange.
It's not accelerating down or anything. It's just kind of walking down every few.
Yeah, I don't like the walk downs. I want absolute panic. And Alex, keep sending me questions. That's good. I like that. GTII, I would prefer a panic on that one because that can move really fast. The Dow actually got green, and now we're going back down 70 points all in a few seconds. We're overextended too as a market. Like whenever you're trading anything, you kind of have to have a view of whatever position you're in, the individual stock or stocks, and then the overall market. And so for me, like I'm thinking about dip buying morning panics, but at the same time, I'm very aware that the overall market is very overextended. And if you look at corporate earnings, big corporate earnings like IBM and Intel, two of the biggest companies, their earnings were atrocious. In the market, theoretically, if it valued growth or revenues or valuations, should be down more. And I think that what we're seeing, is a lot of short squeezing in terms of GTII. We saw it short squeezing last week on BZFD. BZFD, is now bouncing. It reclaimed 3, by the way. This might be a little bottom. If I see more panic, like the day low right now on BZFD is 293. If we can get one more drop to like the 280s, I might try to dip buy. But I don't like this, somewhat panic and then somewhat bouncing. Like I need absolute panic. The absolute panic where everything is just like, oh my God, like it's going down so fast. That's usually what leads to the best bounces. This is kind of like a gradual drop, and I can see it probably going back to 310, 320. But nothing compares with GTII over the weekend. Nothing. And it's very rare where I buy like all my newsletters in one play. And some people were like, why was I so confident? First green day, former supernova with the hottest news catalyst. Like that's what I'm looking for, a whole alignment. And the only thing I did wrong was enter too early. I shouldn't have sold some on Friday. I got too excited, and it's still my biggest trade. Like, I didn't have the perfect entry. I mean, I made over 20%, but all I had to do was buy on a Friday late afternoon and sell on a Monday, and I would have made 30 or 40%. Instead, I overthought it. By the way, BZFD is now bouncing to 310 like I thought. So, like, you get, like, these little drops and these little bounces, and, again, this is what most traders do. If you look at all these chat rooms, they're grinding all day. They got, like, 10 monitors. They're like, this is trading. And they're exhausted by the end of the day. And then here I come in and I'm like, just buy the first green day, hold over the weekend, trading is easy. You choose what kind of existence you want. You can grind all day if you want. You can have 20 monitors. You can go to bed at 9 p.m., never drink alcohol, and think of yourself as a fucking Olympic athlete. That's all a construct of your mind, Like, I see these traders and they're like, healthy mind, like we're all going to do the cryo plunge together. We're all going to the gym. This is the 6 a.m. club. FYI, some of the best traders I know do not wake up early. They're out all night. All the richest traders, like who aren't on like social media, not the 100% of traders who win on Twitter and in chat rooms and in shady Discord chat rooms galore. The best traders, they're not on social media. They're not telling anybody. And I've literally been to like some of the craziest like Great Gatsby-esque parties in Dubai, in the Hamptons, in Cyprus, like tax shelters galore.
They wake up on 3 hours of sleep, drink their coffee, get there 5 minutes before.
Dude, they don't even go to sleep. Like, I know, like when I was in Russia, the crazy Russians are drinking all night. Have you had Beluga vodka?
No.
So Beluga vodka, you have like it's like a little metal fish on the outside of the bottle. And so I'm drinking Beluga vodka. It's delicious. It's like top quality vodka. And like when I'm in Russia, I'm like, of course, I'm going to drink with them. And they're like, Gastrovia. And they're all cheersing, right? I'm like, okay, I'll cheers. And they take the little metal thing off the vodka bottle. And then you put it in your suit jacket pocket so you remember how many bottles you have, right?
How many bottles?
So I went with my dad, like everyone's drinking, like my dad is like taking shots. They're all like, Timmy's dad, right? I have to bring him back to the hotel. Like he's like puking in the bathroom, right? I'm trying to keep up with my Russian friends. I can't even keep up. I take them to like the breakfast buffet the next morning. I'm trying to just get carbs to like soak up the alcohol. They're drinking the champagne at the breakfast buffet. I go to pass out. They go into work. I wake up like 7 hours later, massive hangover, and I've got like, guess how many little metal fish I have in my jacket pocket?
4.
8.
Oh,
8 metal fish in my pocket. There were only like 6 of us too, and it was crazy. Like, you know, it was basically an average of like a big bottle of vodka per. It wasn't all me.
Was it good?
I was the weak. It's delicious.
It's okay.
But they just kept drinking.
No wonder.
So understand, this is trading. So I'm so sick of like these bullshit artists online saying like trading is this and like you're doing like 1,000 trades in a day and you're scalp trading. If you want to do that, that's fine. But if you focus on learning the best setups, like we literally could be done for the day right now, each make a few $1,000s. Neither of us timed it perfectly. Neither of us sized in like we probably should have.
Yeah.
And we still made a few thousand. And it was the best trade of the month, like 2 days to go before the end of the month. Like, This is what trading can be if you study enough. So I'm curious. Let's see. Let's take a little, I'll create a little Twitter poll. Yeah, 4 a.m. gym club. Like, the best traders, it's like a 4 a.m. Coke club. Like, you guys they're so wrong, and they just don't want to talk about this publicly. It's crazy to me. Let's see. What kind of... And throw out any questions whatsoever. Nothing is off limits. That's the beauty of this. What kind of trader will you be? Do you want to learn, capitalize on...
BBBY is up 20% today, bouncing a little.
Bring on the meme plays.
It's not BBBY. Oh, that's a nice bounce.
Which one?
BBBY.
Let's see what BZFD is doing. Yeah, BZFD is not really bouncing. And this is the thing. Like, even if you don't take a trade, you know, you can still... watch it and learn from it. They're trying to create a pump squeeze in SFT. I don't know about this. Anyone watching HSCS? Woo! Look at HSCS. Heart Test Labs. What?
I was going to have Matt take my seat while I found the bathroom, but he said 1 minute. He's getting more coffee.
See, I bring the good coffee, and everyone's like, oh, it's not just about Starbucks and fucking Taco Deli like Zach tells everybody.
I got a cup of Colombian coffee the other day. Like, oh my gosh. It's crazy.
Coffee
so good.
can be amazing.
So good.
You
just
don't
black
have
coffee.
to be like white trash Zach style. Like, literally, I hung out with Zach's entire family one time, and I was like, it's like the movie like Vegas Vacation. Like remember Dennis Quaid's character? And it's like, there's more to life. Like, you choose whatever, right?
You ate my kid's chicken.
The chicken nuggets were delicious. The chicken nuggets were delicious. Who doesn't love chicken nuggets? Does your kid still remember that? Like, that's the guy who ate my chicken nuggets.
They actually, one of them calls you the piggy.
Yeah! Fantastic.
Ever got kids? I'm like, I would like that.
I would like it. I don't care.
She didn't get mad at him for eating the chicken nuggets.
Let's see. Do you want to learn capitalize on this? Nail BZFD GTIIGNS, or do you want to scalp all day? Have 5+ monitors and no life whatsoever. You want to?
It's kind of funny. Back when the hot market, I mean for a year, I was taking like 20, 30 trades a day, and I was like, "Oh, I'm a scalper." Now I take 20 trades a month. It seems like it's.
Listen, you can do both. There's no one size fits all.
Right when the market provides those opportunities. I hope.
Scalp all day. Have 3 to 10 monitors, no life whatsoever.
It's pretty wide range.
What?
Monitors, 3 to 10, starting at 3.
I mean, it's whatever you want, and you can go back and forth. Like I've done the scalp. I've been a scalper in the past, and I'm just like, it's stressful. Like you just lose sense of time. What is HSCS? This is impressive.
Yeah, I saw
and now
that.
We're getting a little dip. But they're getting like it's like a price target play.
Oh.
But I like this. HSCS, student brought it up. We got a little dip off the highs. You know, if you see these morning spikers, you can also look for a dip off the highs. I just want like a bigger dip, and I want a better catalyst too. You know, a lot of this is not just about like learning which price action matters. It's like learning about the catalyst. The catalysts matter. You know, GNS and GTII are not just two random stocks. They're specific catalysts. By the way, SI, the crypto bank stock, is squeezing up to 15. There's a lot of rumors that it's like insolvent, but, you know, it just keeps squeezing. Let's do a poll.
Oh.
Learn, get rich, have a life.
Ooh, SPY's at 405? That's squeezing too. That's about to go green.
The whole
That's
market
about to
is
go green.
squeezing. Live well. Scalp. Be frustrated. No life.
Oh, there you go. Thanks.
What kind of trader are you? Do you want to be? Do you want to learn and capitalize? I have to fit it under Twitter. Isn't Twitter supposed to expand?
Expand their character count.
When is that? Come on, Elon.
Tell them to get with the times.
All right, these are your choices. And understand different markets can be different. Like in a hot market, I'm kind of glad, like I know lockdown sucks, quarantine sucks, like the pandemic sucks, but like I couldn't travel, and now I'm like traveling like a madman. So in the past week, I've been in Copenhagen, Amsterdam, Dubai, Miami, now Austin, then back over to Bali and Tokyo.
Are you leaving right from here and going to your next spot? Yeah.
We got new schools opening. We
Oh.
got like a special Tokyo. Tokyo's back open. Japan's open again.
Here, yeah, take my seat quick.
Tag team.
It's coming live from my computer, so.
Wait, you got a tag team. Get
Tag-
the tag team on camera. Be like Logan Paul. Did you see his jump off the top rope? It was pretty impressive.
Tag team laptop.
You didn't see Logan Paul's jump?
No.
He gets a lot of hate, but he does well. Did you tag team? Did you tag? That's a pound.
Where's the
Just go outside.
Okay.
Oh. What?
How much you make on GTI?
$7 grand. $7 grand. Dude, that just doubled my yearly profits in one day. And I didn't even,
awesome.
size in. Like, it's crazy. And I've been trying so hard all month. And, like, until this one. Like, all it takes is one really good trade. Mm-hmm. What kind of trader will you be? Please vote and retweet. There's no wrong answer. I'm just sick of there's kind of like this health squad in the trading world. And it's just not realistic. And it's
Health squad?
You were healthy for a little bit.
Yeah.
Are you still going to the gym? You still have your trainer?
I do. I gotta leave probably in 2 hours.
Oh my God, you're part of the health squad.
But
It's fine.
I was extremely unhealthy when I was
Yeah.
trying to figure it out because I was obsessed. I think you need a level of obsession. This health squad, they were all unhealthy first.
Look at this. We got Art of War, former NFL player. Like, he gets up at 4 a.m.
Yeah, he's an animal.
Give me 200 burpees. There's nothing wrong with being healthy. It's just a lot of people think that's the only way.
Right.
And like the beauty of trading is that you just don't have to be. Like you can literally do anything. And some people say, "Oh, Tim, like you're promoting bad values." I'm just giving you options, okay? And I don't like you know, trust me, I'm in the charity world, so I'm used to like virtue signaling people out there. I want to make this a better planet, and I think that we should. And it's good to be healthy too, but like at the same time, like it's good to see your options. And trading gives you options. You don't need to sit in front of a monitor all day. And this is the crazy thing. What GTII proves, and by the way, GTII is dropping.
Yeah, I saw it was starting to panic.
GTII is dropping a little bit. So if it drops enough, you might see me dip by it. But it's got to drop more because I don't really need to trade, you know, after making such a good.
I like GNS a lot for maybe this afternoon.
GNS is just overextended.
Yeah, but it's holding up. That's why I like it.
HSCS is actually a good dip buy. It just bounced a little bit. See, I would love GTII to come down even more. I want to see true panic. The high is 207, but I think that's just excessive. See, now we have a good wall of sellers on GTII. Cracking the kind of pattern at 188, so that's going to be the top. Ooh, hard bounce at 170. That's nice with GTI. I wanted like the 160s. So you can see it just totally turned on a dime. What's that trend? Oh, you show like the trend line.
That was Bryce. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
Bryce
well,
put that
that's.
on there.
Can people see that?
I think
Is this
so.
the chart? Yeah. So you see that trend? Highlight that trend.
Right here.
So this is like once it cracks that uptrend, like that's when it falls off a cliff.
Yeah. I was looking for the dip by if it came around like 145, 150, the red-green level,
Yeah,
the orange line
listen,
on the
it's
screen.
not like the crazy thing is with GTII, like it moved so fast. Like there was a big wall of sellers at 170, and then someone just bought like 25,000 shares. You know, again, for me, like the best play is over. Over the weekend plays have been working best for me. And then you can go out and live. I really think that the living part of trading is underestimated. When everyone just wants to get rich. Listen, I'm all for it. I want more millionaire students. But at the same time, you can also just have a lot of fun. Like, I think that's very underestimated. And the funny thing is, with a lot of these new millionaires, like, I talk to them, they're not even interested in my strategies, because again, my strategies are really ideal for people with small accounts. But everyone asks me for like travel advice, like lifestyle advice, because they see I'm like living. And most traders who get rich, they just don't live well. And I think that they're just being a little narrow-minded. Why doesn't Oracle pick up? Any questions about Oracle? Email support@stockstotrade.com. We are not Oracle. We are not AI.
Looks like GNS is trying to squeeze.
Someone says, what broker? Which one? GNS?
Trying to.
See, I just don't want to chase it. Like for me, like with these morning panics or morning spikes and gap ups, like that's oftentimes like max euphoria. Like GTII, okay, it just bounced. So you could have gotten it to 170. Now it looks like the bounce is over at 180. So again, this is like what I'm talking about, where it's like a quick bounce, quick spike. Like you got to sit by your computer all day. You make 5 cents here, you lose 2 cents, you make 7 cents. It's a tough way to make money. Let's see what's winning in my poll. I want everyone voting in my poll. Only 45 people voted in my poll. Why can't I get you guys to interact on Twitter?
I'll go get it.
You retweet it, please. You guys have to you understand, Twitter is so good with timestamps, it's so good with polls. This makes, look at this, 98% at least want to live, learn, get rich, and live well.
I think that's pretty ideal.
Everyone retweet this and vote in my poll. This is useful. And I'm just, again, I have nothing against health. If you want to be a healthy person and you want to wake up at 5 in the morning and you want to do yoga and you want to drink decaf coffee, that's fine.
Decaf coffee. You need real coffee.
I used to make fun of coffee drinkers. Now I became one. I became the thing that I hate. I love coffee. How good was that coffee this morning?
So good. We got a flight of coffee.
Matt had a flight of coffee with specialized beans.
They came over. You got a picture, I think.
I had pictures and videos.
They had me smell them all before I drank them. It was pretty wild.
And it's just cool, right? And I'm sorry for the delay. I literally thought, Bowen was here. And
I got some GNS long.
He was giving a webinar, and Bowen just was not.
I bought GNS.
You didn't even tell me. You bought GNS?
Yeah, I think it's going to squeeze a little bit here. I'm risking just those lows. I think it caught some early short sellers off guard.
100%. Listen,
Yeah.
I mean, this is how short squeezes happen. Pull up a multi-day chart of GNS.
Is it halted? Nice, it's halted.
Dude.
Pretty sure it's halted, yep. But yeah, so the reason I like GNS, since we got a nice 5-minute halt here, how many shares do I have? 6,000. When you look at the multi-day chart, this is becoming a textbook breakout. This is the reason I liked it. It held up all morning. Bryce's internet's or laptop's here struggling. But it was a huge runner, one of the biggest runners in the market a week ago. Went from 50 cents to $6. Went sideways for 4 or 5 days. Gapped up today. It held the gap up. If we go look at today's, set up a super clear risk level at 505?
Yeah.
With these double bottoms here.
Yeah.
So I started buying on the squeeze there. My average is 532. And I'm just going to be risking, let's see, can I draw on Bryce's computer?
HSCS is a nice squeeze.
So I'm just going to be risking there. That's
No.
my risk level. What is that? HCS is squeezing too?
HSCS. But it's only up on an analyst price target. Like, that's not my kind
big
of
news.
catalyst. I mean, it's working, so, don't knock it.
I hate when
we're doing
stocks halt
photos?
here. When stocks halt, I always get nervous. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah,
when
but
this thing unhalts.
GNS, like, if you're long a stock that gets halted and it gets halted up, the shorts are more nervous.
Right. No, that's true.
What is your entry?
532. So I'm up pretty good. I got pretty good average.
You're already up 3K.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Everyone congratulate Matt Monaco. He's
But,
up 3K in a few minutes, and when GNS unhalts, he'll probably be up even more.
Yeah. What I'm going to have to just focus on if I want to hold this for longer is this multi-day chart here and how this is setting up. Because
This is the kind of chart that can go full-on supernova.
exactly. I don't know if I'll hold that whole time. Probably not. But I'll be looking for it.
Dude, this is like one of your best trades of the month.
Of the year.
Of the year. Well,
Of the
the
year.
year, it's only 1 month so far.
That's the same time frame.
But,
yeah.
like, that's the thing. Like, it's pretty cool. GNS is squeezing. Monaco's
no
long.
way.
He's up like $3,000.
It's halted up, yeah.
How much did you make today? You made $4,000, 4,500. He's up 3K so far, but probably a little more in a bit. And I'm up 7K. Like, that is what trading can be.
It's all about the coffee.
It's about I'm caffeinated. I feel good. Very little sleep. By the way, GTII
Bryce
back down to
pounded his
170.
coffee. That's why he was.
Because he's used to like Starbucks and Taco Deli shit.
No, that's
like,
good. That was good.
You know, like
no, I'm
when-
saying we're elevating you. We're
Yeah,
educating
true.
you.
You know when you first started making money and you're still drinking Jose Cuervo, and then you realize you're supposed to
You're
sip
drinking
tequila.
like Fireball. Like it's like right?
That's a
the
small.
same
That's a
thing.
small. Listen,
It's the same thing. You have to enjoy the flavor.
Yeah, I don't do that with anything.
No, but you will. Listen, you're new to it. The first time, I'll tell you, I didn't grow up rich. The first time I had mesclun salad, it's like different greens. The first time I had it, there's
I don't
bitter.
know if I've ever had that.
There's bitter greens, there's radicchio. You're young, right? But the first time I had it, I was like, someone poisoned my lettuce. Like, this is terrible. Like, I was used to iceberg lettuce and ranch dressing. Like, that was it.
great
That's what I
salad.
thought salad was. But then I'm getting mesclun mix, and now it's delicious. You guys are young. By the way, GTII 171. When a stock goes back to the lows after trying to squeeze, that's a really bad sign. Let's see. MASI wins patent trial. Dow is still up crazy. The NASDAQ is down.
The Dow's got to be close to all-time highs.
The Dow is insane.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty impressive.
It's DIA? Is that the?
Yeah, DIA. The Dow was only down 10% off its all-time highs. I think it might have gotten down to 20%, but for the majority of the drop, it was down 10%. Look at this.
Yeah, it's pretty close. It's not that far off.
This is crazy.
That's probably less than 5% or so off all-time highs right now.
Can you grab my backpack over there? I got to get my charger. I don't know. It's somewhere
This is gonna unhalt here in about a minute.
Thank you, sir.
I would love it to gap up and halt again.
I haven't been in one of those in ages.
Just
I haven't seen one of those.
if you are long GNS, be sure to take profits into strength. Don't overstay.
Where'd you get in that?
What's your
530?
Dude, he's killing it.
Wow.
What's your biggest trade this month so far, Matt?
This.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's the
That's
point.
not even really a comparison.
That's the point that I'm trying to make. But that's the point that I'm trying to make, right? Like, today is special. And again, if you guys watch my video lesson over the weekend, I went over GNS also. GNS and GTII, same kind of, oh, here we go, sixes. I would lock some in. It's struggling at 610-ish.
I'll sell some a little bit.
Oh, dude, you're up $1 a share. Don't get greedy.
I'm selling
Don't
a
get
little bit,
greedy.
little pieces
Sell a
here
little.
and there.
Sell a little bit. Just lock it in.
I'm locking a little in.
Lock it in. Beautiful. That's $1 a share. That's fantastic. Matt, I'm up like 7,000. Matt's now up like 6,000.
I sold about half there because it failed on some. good
Exactly.
volume. We'll see how
Dude,
it goes.
$1 a share. Don't get greedy.
No, I ended up selling a little more
How
than
much
half.
do you have left?
I have 2,000 shares left.
You
I had
greedy.
6.
You
I
are
had 6.
greedy.
No, because.
Dude, just lock it in.
But what if it keeps going?
That's looking
It
good.
could keep going, but it could not keep going. There's no odds right now.
No, that's
So right
why
now for me, like
in
whenever
general,
there's
halts
no
are
odds,
scary.
but the more that it holds
was a
near
nice
its
six.
highs,
That was a nice 6.
the more that it holds near its highs, the more likely it can squeeze. And it's doing a pretty good job. I'm not gonna lie, it's doing a good job holding. If it can get to 630, 630.
Give me 7. Give me $7.
We got like an auction going on. Go on, yeah, 750, 730, go.
630 is tough here though. Oh,
Oh, there it Oh.
You see, I would sell all right now.
Yeah,
I don't
no,
like that failure at 630.
I'm with you.
Like every time there's like a little resistance and it comes back down,
Yeah, and it should have. I mean, that's a new
I don't like it.
multi-day breakout.
Dude, this is your biggest trade of the month.
I have 500 shares left.
Okay, good.
I sold basically everything.
Good, I like it. And it's trying. It is going.
But I agree. The fact
But you
that
see, look at this.
It keeps hit. It can't go higher.
It is
Too
breaking.
much volume.
Listen, it is breaking to new highs, but just barely. And when there's a lot of resistance at a level like this, sometimes it can go a little bit. We saw this on AUVI last week, where 170, 175 was just massive resistance. So now, if I was a short seller, I'd be shorting 1,000 shares here at 620-ish.
I think so,
And the
too.
goal would be to cover in the fives.
I
If I
sold
was
it
a
all.
short seller.
I'm all out. It just couldn't go. It just couldn't go. I ended up. I don't think this number's right. I ended up making about what 4,700.
Hell yeah!
Yay!
Thank you. And I'm out. That's it. We're
And
done.
now we get back trying under the sixes.
Want to switch seats?
I'm gonna give the hot seat back to Bryce. Apparently, whoever sits in this seat
Monaco,
makes money
he just
today.
made
Noted.
4,700
Yeah, but Tim's still beating
on
both of us.
GNS.
Right there, Matt.
4,700.
Bryce made, how much did you make?
45. Well,
And Bryce been forgetted too.
yeah, I gapped Lucid. too
4K?
overnight.
4K?
Yeah, Sykes up $7,000 today. So
4K, I
what's
made
the,
7K.
that's almost like a 20 grand room right here.
This is literally,
hour.
and this is the thing. And we're playing the same catalyst. You guys all had the video lessons. GNS, GTII.
Yeah, that's looking good.
It's trading really weird though. I don't regret.
Yeah, I don't think it's that silly either.
And that's the thing. Like, you can go for the squeeze, you can go for the new highs, but if it can't break out convincingly, you don't have to risk it.
I mean, because look what happened with
You
GTI
just-
right before
and
that.
What was that trade? 20 minutes, and you just made what like most Americans make in like a month. On a good month.
Yeah, good month.
And this is the
Yeah.
thing. Like, you guys can come out of retirement once you start to have, understand how this stuff works. You do not have to sit there and scalp all day. You really don't.
I didn't realize the Dow was that close to its all-time highs. Wow.
Crazy, right?
It has never paid to bet against America
Wow.
for too long.
That's actually crazy.
Especially the 60-40 portfolio was down 20%. Worst year ever last year.
The what?
The 60-40 portfolio, mix of stocks and bonds.
Gotcha.
Normally, one outperforms, they were both down.
Why did I not know the Dow was this strong?
Because you don't study enough.
Yeah, I don't. I always look at the SPY.
Bryce did not get over $1 million. He's at like 998,500.
Yeah.
GNS, by the way, I'm still watching it, even though I'm not trading it. GTI, I'm still watching it. GNS, it's still holding the 620s. So if I was short, I would cover for like $100 profit or loss. But it looks like it can squeeze. I would not be short right now. The more it holds near its highs, the more likely it can squeeze. But here we are at the 630 level again. 635, 638. Can it do it? 640. Big wall of sellers.
I'm too scared to try that one.
Big wall of sellers at 640. It's just not convincing.
Agreed. It's at its like multi-day high. It should be breaking out right now, and it's struggling a lot.
640.
Yeah, it's wow.
It's a tough thing. Now we're back down to the 630s. Nope. Now we squeeze 640. Do it.
It's trying. I think it's about to do it. Yeah. Oh, they just ate through that. Yeah, they did.
There are a lot of shorts in this, but look, it goes to 648. Like it's just a struggle.
Yeah, it's not
Every penny.
Oh, look at
660,
there it is.
662.
Now it's opening up.
And this is the thing. I was saying this too on a webinar last week. Like sometimes the worst 680.
Yeah. Now it's opening up.
But you have to understand, sometimes like the plays that look like they're topping and it lures in the shorts, then they become the strongest because all the shorts get overconfident. Long story short, it sucks to be a short seller right now.
I'm going to be keeping an eye on GTII if GNS stays strong and see if that can pop back in the 180s, 190s.
So
but
the one thing different with GTII is that, and I went over this in the video lesson over the weekend, it does a ton of morning spikes. Can you pull up like a 10-day chart of GTII intraday?
And that's why I'd have to wait till the afternoon and let it prove itself kind of thing.
10 day. So look at this. So look at GTII. 1 spike, 2 spikes, 3 spikes, 4 spikes. This is the 5th spike.
And
but it all moves on quick spikes. And the reason why today's spike was so predictable on GTII, because the promoters were at work all weekend long. And the newbies, believe it. But you don't want to chase a spike.
Right.
You want to sell into those spikes. GNS going for 7.
Wow. Nice.
We're in the right spot, guys. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Understanding, the main catalyst, which is these illegal short seller joke of a press release.
HSCS one actually looks kind of nice here too. That's holding right near its
But
highs.
the catalyst is just a $3 analyst.
Oh, it's only a new
it.
price target. Yeah, never mind.
It's a price target, and then there's all these chat rooms that, Atlas Trading might be shut down, but there's still a ton of others similar doing the same thing. Props to Master Apakemu, sold GTII at around 180-ish. Sold too early. And that's fine.
Yeah.
Listen, selling too early is not the end of the world. Matt Monaco just made nearly 5K, and he sold a little too early. But we saw that it could not break convincingly. Now the NASDAQ is fading back to the lows, 156, 157 down on the day. And it matters to know, what matters, right? Like HSCS, okay, analyst price target is the biggest percent gainer, but I don't respect the catalyst. GNS, GTII, same catalyst, same short squeeze. Overall market is influenced by big companies. The 2 biggest companies to report earnings, IBM and Intel, terrible earnings. Intel got destroyed on earnings, and the market kind of shrugged it off. But you can only shrug it off for so long. The NASDAQ should have been down 5% to end the week last week based on how bad Intel is. If Intel's doing bad, all the little smaller companies are doing even worse.
Intel got...
Dude, Intel was terrible. They missed expectations.
Ooh.
They guided down.
Ooh.
It was a terrible report.
Yeah,
There's no way to spin it. Here we are, GNS 694, new day high. Can it get to the 7s? Can it get to the 7s? See, every time it breaks out.
Trying. Oh.
Every time it breaks out by 3 cents. It's just tough to trade. And here we go, 709. Matt Monaco's busy trading it again. Are you back in?
No, not. At this point, it's tough. Like you're saying, every penny's a battle. That's not trade I really want to be in anymore.
And understand, last Friday, AUVI did break out after I didn't think that it would, but then it came right back down a few hours later.
That was a really annoying one. It would break out, slam back to low, break out again.
And this is what GNS. GNS, I mean, this is a squeeze. In GTII, by the way, like earlier in this webinar, play this back, GNS and GTII were both up 35%. Now GNS is up 80%, GTII 15. Same catalysts, different stock price action. You got to learn the different characteristics of these stocks. So if you do want to spend all day in front of a laptop or multiple monitors, that's fine. Just beware, you don't have to trade every second. A lot of this is just like, okay, I'm trying to learn what this catalyst is doing. I'm trying to learn from this pattern. You're trying to get in the groove. And sometimes when you get in the right groove, like all three of us did today, thousands of dollars, none of us sold at the top. None of us timed the trades perfectly, but we each made more than like what an average American makes for the month. And you got to think about this. Like, you know, you choose what kind of life you want. But for me, I love traveling. I love going out and living. And then I love coming back and just nailing one or two big trades. And it makes my week or month. Now I'm up, you know, this is probably my best month in quite a while. And I just doubled my you know, I've been trading a lot this month because January is very speculative to begin with. But I just doubled my monthly profits in one trade, which I did not. I sold a little too soon. I didn't size in properly. Like, it was not a perfect trade. GNS fading a little bit. GTII bouncing a bit. HSCS fading a bit. I don't see any great trends. And like, literally 10:30 a.m., 1 hour into the trading day, you could turn your laptop off. You can turn your monitors off. Like, some of the best stuff happens in just the first hour. So if you can, you know, if you want to be a part-time trader, if you can commit to the first hour, the last hour of the trading day, that's a way to play it too. You don't have to be full-time. What does the burgundy color in STT mean? It means that the stock is halted. So the chart changes. Matt, were you waiting for a second halt? And if so, why? Just because it could squeeze higher. I'll be Matt. Can you guys recommend me a good broker who lets us trade even at 4 in the morning? So that's Interactive Brokers. Interactive Brokers, you know, sometimes if I'm in a play over the weekend, you know, it's not OTC, but you can start trading at 4 a.m. Eastern. But you guys usually do not tell us how much you pay when you purchase stocks for small accounts. Also, what strategies can we use with small accounts to get the PDT? You can see my position size, you know, and I'm trading. My average position size is like 5 or 10,000. When I use like 30,000 on GTII on Friday, everyone's like, "Oh, be careful." You guys understand? I could fucking put like $3 million into a stock if I wanted to. Like, you know, whether I could put in 10 million if I really wanted to. I wouldn't go that big, but like, you understand? I'm trading so small to help you understand position sizing better. You know, whether I put in 5K or 30K, it's like, you know, a 300-pound guy eating like a grain of rice for dinner. Like, it's so small, it's laughable. All the big traders laugh at me. They're like, "Look at this guy." But I trade small to help you guys. And always look at my position sizing. This is what I want you to do. See why I might go bigger. Like GTII, my biggest profit on the month, and probably one of my biggest, you know, position sizes. I had like $30,000 worth, maybe $35,000 at its peak. TD Ameritrade does not trade before 7 a.m. Yeah, I mean, listen, E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, you know, they're good basic brokers, but there's a reason why Interactive Brokers is like what hedge funds use. How much would GTII have to drop in order to dip by it? I don't know. It's based on price action. You guys have to understand, like, it's not a specific thing. Like, I was watching GTII. I saw all the sellers on the ask. And then, you know, when it broke 170, I was like, all right, let's get some panic. And someone scooped it up at 170. So I'm not going to dip by it. And, you know, what we saw was a little 10-cent a share bounce. Now it's hanging near the lows. So it's not the right action. It's not just about how much it goes up or down. I need max panic. You know, BZFT, by the way, BZFD did bounce. So BZFD is bouncing quite nicely now. You know, when it couldn't break below 3 convincingly, now you have the bounce back to the 320s. So BZFD was a decent dip buy, just not huge. The reason why Matt, Bryce, and I each made 4, 5, 6, 7,000 today was because GTII and GNS moved huge. It was not a 20 cent a share move. What are my favorite indicators? All 7 indicators in the Trader Checklist Guide that you should watch, Mary. Ask Matt if you wouldn't have stayed more in GNS if you hadn't been right behind him, pushing him to sell. Would you have held longer?
No, I think I would have done the exact same thing.
Like
Again, like once it starts hesitating, it's just hard to stay in it. Like it's really easy to stay in a trade that's going straight up.
Well, because as soon as it starts struggling, it's like, all right, well, it's moving like 5 cents up, but it's about to move 50 cents down if I'm wrong, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, I mean, with these squeezes, you want them spiking. Like this is how we look at trading, and this applies for dip buys. This applies for shorts. This applies for breakouts. If you're long, you want it to be as strong as possible to squeeze the shorts and to potentially lure in more like momentum buyers. Get those volatility halts. Have it skipping like 30 cents, 50 cents into the halt. If you're short, you want it panicking. And you want it volatility halting on the way down, and that way it can skip down. And for me as a dip buyer, I want max panic, because if there's max panic, then it could theoretically bounce pretty quickly too. HSCS, yeah, you could have dip bought it and sold for like, 10, 20 cents a share bounce. BZFD, yeah, you could have dip bought and sold for 10, 20 cents a share bounce. Those aren't bad trades. They're just not moving as fast as GTII and GNS. So all 3 of us banked on faster moving plays. None of us exited at the exact top. Matt sold 80 cents a share? No, $1 a share before the top, but he locked in profits. Yeah. Bryce and I, what did you sell your GTII at?
Somewhere in the 190s, I mean.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it was, I think, like 192.
So you sold right near the day high.
Yeah.
I missed, I sold in the 180s. It just doesn't matter if you sell right at the day high or not. You just want to lock in that chunk of the move. The Dow is back down to red. The NASDAQ is getting crushed today. So it's not like a day to be like, hey, let's be aggressive and trade everything. The NASDAQ put up a little fight, and now it's just like dropping consistently. Let me say this. Ugly overall markets. Be careful on all longs. And this is what you'll also see. Some of the biggest spikers, the most speculative spikers will happen, right when the market is at a turning point. Like you get the maximum froth before the big crash. Just like, last summer, Matt Monaco made 50 grand on, pudgy penguins. And then there was a crash like a few months later. And I was so concerned about him, and, he was right.
Well, I'm still concerned about him, but...
No, but listen, he played the froth. I want everyone to retweet this. Please retweet and congratulate this hardworking. And show support for your fellow students. Like, you guys work so hard, you study so hard, you got to be there for each other. Like, there's kind of like this brotherhood or sisterhood of, of traders. It's like the sisterhood of the traveling pants. Great series. Have you seen that?
I've never heard of it.
It's Bryce's favorite series. It's okay. I've seen it. It's good. Please retweet. I'm going to give props to this guy, Jake, with 2 A's. He says, great start to the week, plus 1,700 on the day, now over 10K on the month. More importantly, he says he's gotten so much better at cutting losses and not letting them snowball. And this is what I love, okay? I love that Jake made 1,700 on the day. I love that he's up 10K in the month. But cutting losses and learning to minimize your losses and really keep them lean, that is the key to success going forward. You can make 10K any month riding some ridiculous wave, some frothy speculative thing. But if you learn to minimize your losses, that is the secret to success in the long run. Everyone loses, but very few people manage their losses. It's tough. It's like a mind fuck, right? Like your losses, you go through funks. It's like, it can be like humiliating, right? And you're like, what's wrong with me? But it's just tough. It's a skill set that you have to learn. Jake with 2 A's, right? Don't take it. Close your brokerage.
BuzzFeed or the BZFD is actually kind of bouncing pretty well, up in the 320s.
I mean, there's still, you're dip buying it at like 295.3, and you're selling it at like 320 best case.
Right.
It's best case, you make 10%. Best case, and it's like very choppy. More likely, you make like 5%, or you lose 5%.
Yeah, it's timing it from the bottom.
Yeah, repo gave everything up. And this is what you have to be concerned about. So some people say, like, why am I not more? Can you pull up repo?
Yeah.
Pull up like a 5-day. Some people say, why am I not more aggressive? Like, repo had really good merger news, really good price action on day 1. And look at it on day 2 and day 3. Absolutely nothing. Like, this is a lot of OTCs. And this is the norm, okay? GTII is the exception to the rule. But you always have to be careful with this with repo. It looks so amazing, and I underestimated it when I was buying it too. It just kept going. I sold it at, 14.5. It was the day that I was flying. It was a tough day to be flying.
Oh, yeah.
I sold it at 14.5. I was in the 9s. Sold it at 14.5, made 60% while flying. On the flight, the Wi-Fi is going in and out, and it goes up to 28. And people are like, oh, you sold too soon. Now it's down to 6, okay? So, again, it doesn't matter if you sell at the top. What matters is you lock in those gains. And sometimes you can be more aggressive, sometimes you can't. Like, it doesn't matter. You're learning. NASDAQ is now down 200 on the day. This is ugly. We might have very well seen the top on Friday. Friday was the single best day for many traders. It was also key resistance. Can you pull up a 3-month chart of the QQQs?
Yep.
So everyone was like, breakout, QQQs, this is the beginning of the bull market. Well, you're down 2% already. Maybe it does break out, but like that is a very bad follow-up to a breakout. And it's when all these meme stocks start going crazy, these short squeeze stocks start going crazy, when there's froth. Draw a little trend line. Right?
Where for? Oh, here, let me make this
It's
bigger.
very frothy. And you want like a nice cappuccino froth, but this is like a cappuccino with almond milk. That can't froth properly. You like that? No, they're really good. But like if you try to froth an almond cappuccino, it doesn't work. It doesn't work that well. Go to Italy, get a normal milk cappuccino. The froth will come up to your nose. What is this?
This is the Qs.
I like this little trend.
Yeah, but it's failing it though. It's
failing
failing it right
at
now.
the key level so far. Okay?
So far, it's got time. It has time.
We're an hour into the trading day, but I think a lot of people, like, and this was the same thing with GTII, the same thing with GNS, same thing with, actually, HSCS is holding up pretty well. But when you see this frothiness, you got to think, wait a minute, are we getting a little ahead of ourselves? Let's see, would I enter AEMD for a third leg up since it holds the VWAP? Let's ask Bryce. He loves the VWAP.
Yeah, let's see.
He loves the VWAP and Rick Ross.
Oh, actually, that's kind of nice. But let's see. It's a PR or
It's tough.
Biotech.
Tough. It had a nice morning spike.
Yeah, it doesn't have a lot of the problem is like, yeah, it gapped up really nice from 47 to 90, but it hasn't done a lot. It had a couple nice spikes, but same thing. It just kind of walked up and walked back down and then walked up. It's not bad. It's not my favorite thing though. I feel like this is one where I'd want to wait for it later in the day kind of thing, especially with a day one gap up. Let me look at the daily chart. Let's see how. Yeah, I mean, look at every other time this is gapped up, right? Every time this has had a gap up, it really hasn't done anything. It's just kind of gone sideways all day. Closed right around where it opened up at. Really, every time it's gapped up. For me, I probably would want to avoid it unless it was holding up really strong going into the end of the day. Other than that, right now, not a huge fan of it.
If you're buying a stock that's squeezing or is up a lot, when the NASDAQ is down nearly 2%,
Right.
like it needs to really be impressive.
Needs to be special.
Otherwise, it'll just fall in line with the rest of the market. Remember, 3 out of 4 stocks follow the market. So it does really impact things. And, again, some people say don't watch the overall market, focus on individual stocks. Why would you ignore the market, which influences 75% of stocks? Especially when, certain days and certain levels are more important. When the NASDAQ, is down 200, that's a big move. But especially when it's at a key level, right? When it fails at a key level, certain moves are more important. And this was like GTII. It's gone up. It tried to go up like 30, 40% several times in the past, but it was a key breakout heading into the weekend with the news catalyst, with the promoters. So you have to understand certain moves matter more. The NASDAQ right now being down 200 on the day, this is a big, potentially meaningful move on the way down. And you just have to be aware because 3 out of 4 stocks do follow the market. Frankly, I was surprised that Tesla got all the way up to 180. Remember, just 3 weeks ago it was at 101.
That was crazy.
I was going to dip by it. If it cracked 100, I was like, literally, I was frothing in my mind. I was like, if it cracks 100, I'm going to just buy 5,000 shares at 99 and hold.
And it's so, and I guess it just goes to show you that I have a friend, not by any means a trader, just had money and likes to put it in the market. And he's like, oh, Tesla's down at 100. I'm buying 10,000 shares right now. I'm like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And it never even broke 100. He just bought a bunch, and now he's had a pretty nice month. You know that friend. Yeah.
And this is the thing, right? Where it's...
Should I hold their earnings?
I was like, I don't know.
But sometimes it pays to be stupid, right?
Ignorance is bliss.
As you exemplify. But it's you guys have to understand, that's sometimes the right way. Kathy Wood got a lot of hate. She's adding Tesla. She was right. She is fucking right. Okay? She has this big picture kind of thinking. And if you want those big picture moves, you just have to kind of average down and have faith. I'm not good at that.
Yeah.
I know myself. I almost went big on Tesla at 130. And I was like, this has to be the bottom. And it was showing some signs of bottoming. And then the bottom fell out and went down to 100. I would have cut losses. But 130 now, with it at 170, in hindsight, looks pretty good. So you can either be a meticulous trader taking small gains and every now and then sizing up or ramping up when there's a big squeeze like GTII, GNS, or you can be a big picture kind of trader, cut losses intelligently instead of quickly, but you're going to have patience, you're going to have to have stress, and I'm just not good at patience or stress.
Those are the people too who trade once a month, right? And when they're in a trade, yeah, they'll cut losses when they're wrong, but they have that big picture idea. I've tried doing that before where I'm I've got a really big picture idea and it's one of 20 trades for the day.
Look at this. I was with, Lucas and Jack. Pull up MELI.
MELI.
So I was with
Daily?
Lucas and Jack, 2 solid traders. Lucas is the short bear.
Yeah.
We were on a food tour a few months ago. Lucas was pounding the table on MELI in the 900 area. And he was like, earnings are great. This is going to really bounce. And I was like, I'll watch it. Not for me. Jack, I think, actually went in. Jack couldn't hold. He tried to participate. I think he lost 20 or 30 or maybe even 50,000. It was a big loss for Jack. 2 months later, Lucas is up 20, 30%. That was his big picture idea. He was going to hodl for, months at a time, if not years.
What is this?
They're Mercado Libre. It's a Latin American eBay.
Gotcha.
And Lucas, again, had the foresight, had the patience, and he was dead on. And now he's up 20, 30% with a massive position. Jack couldn't do it. I chose nothing. So you have to choose and you learn from others. I'm learning, but I know myself, if I had tried to buy it then, I would not have had the patience. I would have, cut losses like Jack did. Jack had like $1 million in bags that he cut at the end of last year. This was one of them.
Oh, okay.
So like it's, how much patience can you have? Part of the reason why, my over the weekend strategy works so well for me is because I physically am unable to sell. I physically have to hold over the weekend. And I still screwed up GTII. I still sold some on Friday. I managed to screw up and outthink myself. But I still nailed it. Like that's how crazy the weekend strategy is for me.
I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of contemplating on GTI. It's like I undersized on this, if I'm being honest. But it's like, man, I feel like this is one. I had just like Tim's voice in the back of my head where he'd be telling me, man, you're like, this is a gimme trade. This is a gimme trade. It's a first green day. Has news. Kind of the leading sector right now. This short seller, illegal short selling with AI. I was like, man, this has all the factors. And I heard your voice in the back of my head.
Nice.
After enough video lessons.
I mean, you didn't even know that I was in it.
No.
It's pretty good, right? And that's what I hope for all of you. I want you guys, to recognize that. I'm going to text you. I want you putting this on your laptop. Can I text you? Will it show up?
It won't. I can go through it. Or I can find it.
Bryce. So this is Jack Kellogg's trade. I just texted it to you.
I just don't want all my other messages. I mean, how do I turn my screen off?
Why don't you want to show all your messages? Full transparency. What's wrong?
Personal stuff. So right now they can only see us, right? I've got
Let's do this carefully. We don't want to see any dick pics.
What? That's what I did. That's what I'm on right now. It's just a delay, yeah. Okay, cool. Okay. Cool.
Listen, Kathy Wood gets a lot of hate, but there's a reason why she has billions. And she was dead on right about Tesla. She might be wrong about a lot of other plays, and her performance overall sucks. But she plays the game, and she played it to perfection with Tesla.
It's over here on the...
Yeah.
Hold on.
Can you show that?
Yeah, I'm
seeing this?
It's going to be a small delay.
Throw out any questions, guys. I see no great trades.
This was that MI.
All right, so this is Jack Kellogg on MELI. He only lost like 10 grand. But he held this for 2 weeks, buying it at 9.51, selling it at 9.37. And this is the trade that literally Lucas couldn't stop talking about MELI, like the great fundamentals and how he was going to hold it for a very long time. Now, MELI is up, 20, 30% 2 months later. So it's just a question of how much patience and conviction you have. And Lucas has done very well. Lucas is like 22, but, he's up a ton. And Jack is over 10 million, but he didn't have the patience. This is why Lucas has made more than all of us. BZFD pop. Back to the 330s. So this is cool, right? It's you could dip by it now you have a 10% bounce. I wouldn't even have the patience to hold for an hour. GTII holding near the lows. GNS actually decently still holding. This could get to the sevens later today.
GNS is the only trade I'm kind of at all right now.
I
don't think it's a buy right now, but
it's holding up though.
it's the best setup for this afternoon.
Yeah, someone asked, how do you trade stocks to trade breaking news? Guys, email admin@timothysykes.com and they'll send you a link to the holiday guide. And I'm also seeing questions. If you want to learn for life, we have specials. Email admin@timothysykes.com and just say, lifer, if you want to, keep up with this for a while. Aaron says, what do you find to be helpful when you find yourself making a revenge trade, even with cutting losses quickly? For example, buying a pullback, cutting losses quickly, but wanting to get back to be there for the bounce. This is also why, I like trading, one trade overnight, one trade, morning panic or morning spike. When you try to get back in, even if you're right for a second time or a third time, you often find yourself, taking a trade for the wrong reasons because like you feel like you could have done better in the morning, like you missed an opportunity earlier. And that influences you to make uneducated or at least emotional choices. So for me, like one and done really works well. Like I really doubt that I'll rebuy GTII unless we get like an absolute panic. The fact that it's holding right near its lows, not a good sign. You don't want to dip buy a play that's holding right at its lows. Like there are dip buyers and it's not bouncing. What happens when the dip buyers leave? Props to Cammy Sean in on GNS 623 out at 697 making 730. That's beautiful. Important question. What if GTII had a big morning panic? How the F can you cut losses? If you don't know, it's going to be a wall of buyers. It's really tough. That's what causes panics. It's a slippery slope. That's why like when we're near the open and we're trying to get this webinar started and Bryce wasn't sure if he had, sold GTII, I thought that there was a good chance that it would have a morning panic from the 190 area down to like 130, 140. And you want to lock in those profits. As it turned out, like I didn't have to worry. By the end of the day, though, GTII very well and probably will be back in the 130s or 140s. You don't want to find yourself in a morning panic. If you do, you just try to cut it as quickly as possible. And this is another reason why it's good not to have like too much size. Sometimes you take too much size and you can try to cut losses, but you're just going to help make the panic even worse.
That was one of my biggest losses, just because I was actually up a lot on but then it started panicking, and I just had too much. I was oversized, couldn't get out, and probably aided in the panic happening when the market was hotter.
Well, this is what happens when people oversize and they can't get out. That's what creates these panics.
You're right.
So you recognize the mistakes that other people make. If you're ever in that situation, no matter what your loss is, and like obviously you're probably gonna have a big loss for yourself. Whether it's $50, that's a big loss for some people, 500, 5,000, 50,000, whatever the case may be. If you do experience that, learn from it and realize that's what causes panics. Untrained newbies. And if you're not part of the panic and you recognize that either A, you experience it, or B, others are experiencing it, you can then profit from it later on. You can be like, stupid newbies, let me take advantage of this. Instead of being part of the problem, you capitalize on it. Question from Ethan to Bryce. What was your studying schedule while you were in college? How did you juggle both?
College was, I didn't really manage both that well. I just stopped going to class. But to be fair, I stopped going to class before I started studying. So, when I was in college, I scheduled my classes around trading. So that when possible, I remember most of the time on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'd have class at market open. So Monday, Wednesday, Friday, which was good because I was under PDT. So it forced me to only be able to really trade 3 days a week. Definitely tried to build my schedule around it when possible. And a lot of it was more studying than it was trading. So even when I was taking trades either in the morning or while I was in class sometimes, when I'd get home, I'd watch video lessons, review charts, go into my journal and start journaling how I was trading. And I remember definitely when things really started clicking is when I started using my breaks, like academic breaks, when I was away from school for a week or two, to really double down on studying when I was home. That helped out a lot. So you utilize time when you're not in class. For me, a big part of helping me get to where I am now is I was working too while I was in school. So I was making money to save up for when I felt like I was consistent at trading. Just don't feel like, this should be for anyone, not just if you're in school, but don't feel like you need to force the success on you. Save up money outside of the market while you're learning, so that when you feel like you've got it down, and maybe instead of starting with a $2,000 account, you can start with maybe $5,000 or $6,000, and you'll have money to be over the PDT when you've got the consistency down. So it's a process. Don't feel like it needs to be forced or rushed, though. It took me a few years to get there.
Can you pull up intraday GTII?
Yep.
GTII is now cracking to day lows. And this is what happens. This is what I was saying. When a stock is at its lows and it can't bounce, what happens when the dip buyers leave?
Right.
And this is what happens. So if I was a short seller, I would probably be looking to short GTII on that failure to bounce. Just, laughing at any dip buyers buying it and not bouncing it at all. And then you get the easy 10 cent a share crack so far. Might be like a 20 cent or 30 cents in the next few hours. Versus GNS, which is holding near its highs in the 670s. So if you are a short seller or you want to short at all, you want to short stocks that can't bounce, even if they're up so much. Remember, GTII is still up. Can you pull up? Oh, I guess you have a multi-day chart.
Oh, yeah, here, I can pull just the intraday of it.
No, just see where it's come from.
Oh, yeah, here, let me pull up and that's the problem. The daily chart, oh, crap, hold on. Sorry.
What, are you in the stock?
I'm up like 1,000 on another one, so I'm like $500 away.
Whoa! Normally, I would say don't force it, but it would just be cool to do a live webinar to get.
This is what I'm in right now. I'm letting it spike.
What is it?
OBLG. It was a breaking news play.
So you're at like 999,900.
I probably should. It's up 45. There's just not much volume on it yet. I want to give it time, but it's up 50% of the day. So
yeah, be careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
But try to cross 1 million on camera. That would just be cool.
Okay. Well, the good news.
You've been trying for so long.
I know,
and it happens today. We already have the biggest trades of the month. It's pretty cool.
Let's see. I'm gonna set a limit on this at 410. That would put me over. If not, I'm only in like.
Just take a good trade. Don't worry about hitting 1 million. Okay, that's nice.
Well, I'm giving it a second.
Learn
It's doing its thing.
What happened when I tried to visit Gritani in Ohio with the whole film crew, and he tried to cross 1 million on camera, and he ended up losing 50 grand.
Well, I'm only in this 1,500 shares, but it's a micro float stock
Just
with
try
illegal.
to take a good trade, whether you're at 1
am.
million or not. What's your entry?
316.
And it's up to the 380s.
390s now.
390s. What do you need it to hit?
410. Like it's 20 cents away. I'm just gonna set a limit
Damn,
order.
dude, 399. 399.
I have a limit order at 410. If it hits, it hits.
Stop.
If it hit, well, no, because I at this point I can risk break even on the trade. I'm still
but
green.
you can also just
Lock it in.
Oh,
it's at 4.
It's got to get into the 4s.
It's got to
get into the 4s. This might be it. You have your limit at 410?
410.
Dude,
come on.
This would be crazy. This would be crazy.
409! 409! Oh,
Dude,
one more penny.
1 penny and it's going to do it. Yo, this is going to be...
I did not fill. I got a text.
You're a few cents away. You're a few cents away. Dude, just make a good trade. Lock it in. Just lock it in.
It's falling back into the 390s.
Dude, that was best case scenario. You missed it by 2 cents a share.
I'm just going to...
I would sell it. I would limit 395 right now. You're close.
Trembling. Are you okay, dude?
It's trying. It's trying. No, it's fading. It's fading. 395. I would even cut it now at 390.
I'm trying.
I don't like that failure
I
at
don't
4.
either.
I don't like that failure at 4.
I'm out. 395.
2 cents away from 1 million. Yo.
Of course.
You needed one more push. So wait, what are you?
No, I got filled at 392.
Good. Now it's 370s.
Yeah.
This is a lesson. No matter what milestone you're reaching, you just want to make good trades.
I think I need like here.
If it happens, it happens.
I know. I'm gonna
just make good trades.
I know. I'm out. I'm out of the trade. I'm out of the trade now.
We'll probably get a GTII panic at some point. We'll probably try to get a GNS panic at some point. Like, we're only 90 minutes into the trading day. How much are you away? Like $100?
I'm. It's got to be like $200. Yeah, like $300. Oh man. All right, I'll put it back to this now. Oh, it's still holding at 4 too. Ah! That's brutal.
What's the breaking news? I didn't even see.
It was a while ago. It was just a micro float, and it's has like AI rumors or something. Just some sector momentum.
SBIG just tweeted, something big is on the way. You won't want to miss it. Look at these companies. How is that even legal, you bastards?
Oh my! Wait, what is it? SBIG.
SBIG. Something big is on the way.
Oh, it
you
just
in
hit.
this?
No.
What?
It just hit 415. That's okay.
It's okay. It's down to 408. It's up to 420.
420. Yeah. Yeah. It's
This
okay.
is my gift and the curse. You'd probably still be in it if I wasn't
Well, yeah,
here.
the problem, I would not be selling at 410, 420, 430. I'd be holding for 100% gain. So it's all good.
I am too careful. I am too safe.
No, I'll never. You've told me there have been like 3 times I was trading with you, and I got really over aggressive, and you're like, you probably shouldn't
I'm
be
the
selling.
voice
I'm
of
like, no,
reason.
Tim, it's going higher. 3 failed breakouts in a row.
There will be others.
I know.
This is your best training. You do have to keep things in perspective.
This is my best day in a while, so I can't complain.
How far away are you?
$300.
$300 away?
Yeah.
And you're up like $5,000 on the day?
Yeah, like 50, 100.
Woo!
Well, if GNS holds up, that could offer something later today
There's
too.
gonna be-
So yeah, there'll be.
Look, this is, everybody do not try to force milestones, but when we're giving a live webinar, we're going to freaking force it. Learn from what we shouldn't do. What is this?
BBBY. It's over 320 on the daily chart, or 350, I mean. But I don't want to wait for 350. I don't want to buy it at 350 either. Really? Wait, BZFD? That could squeeze if that's holding your multi-day highs.
Wow,
Day high.
BZFD now bounced to 350. What a bounce.
If that gets closer to $4, that could be a nice dip.
Even if it breaks the day high,
that's
right?
cup and handle, yeah. It's
370
that's
is really the day high on BZFD. I just don't want to chase it.
I don't want to chase it either.
Like, look at this. Like, it's like a little attempted spike.
It's so cool too, because like this is one thing I've seen, but like you got this little cup and handle, but in the same breath here, right now it's doing a little mini head and shoulders, so it can be kind of short biased in one time frame, and on a bigger time frame still bullish. So this is just kind of telling me to wait for an entry. I'm not going to force anything, but I think a high day break would be nice on this, because that was riding with the Chat GPT news, right? I think that was yeah.
I bought it. This is a crazy trade. I was trying to film it, but I was in Copenhagen. I got pulled over for having too much cash in my backpack. I'm in the customs office. They're counting all the cash. They think I'm a drug dealer. I'm like, no, I was just supposed to go to Bali, and they only take cash at this villa. And I thought you're supposed to have under 10,000 in cash. I had 18,000 in cash. And so there's a rule in Denmark, 25% penalty. So I had to give $1,700.
No
Yeah, I gave
way.
him $1,700 cash.
Oh, that's crazy.
And I was trading BZFD. I made basically like 1,000 on BZFD.
So you made back.
Or no, I made 700. So I was down 1,000.
But they take 25% of anything over 10,000.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And I was just like, because my backpack's just a mess. Like I thought I was under 10.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I got like a receipt and everything. The cop gave me a receipt. Like, here's your receipt. I broke like international stand. Like, what?
That sucks.
OBLG.
That sucks.
OBLG even more.
460.
If it dips, now we're looking for an intraday panic. If it dips, then it could be a good dip buy. There's only $1 million share float.
Well, and that was a big part of the reason I took it. And that's the problem with some of these like micro float stocks. At any point, they can just start dumping, and they fall just as fast as they run. So,
but this is very similar, like where we wanted it to break out, and it wasn't convincingly breaking out, and then it came down, just like Matt sold, GNS. And then it broke out a little bit, but now, GNS is fading. So, like, this is the thing. Like, you try to take solid profits. What was your entry on OBLG?
early at 316,
And what'd you sell at?
392. So it's a great
So
trade.
you're making
It's
30%. That's
yeah.
fantastic.
There's nothing wrong. Like that's a great trade. I can't complain about
It
that.
is a great trade, and this is the thing, especially like on these speculative trades, you don't have to worry about selling at the exact top.
Well, and this was because the only news was a rumor. There was really there's no volume on it before. The news was fine, but it was just a rumor. So it wasn't worth getting dumped on all the way back
You
down
have
to zero.
all this just like stupid trade. Like stupid trades are working right now.
Yeah, and take advantage of it 100%, but I definitely don't need to be selling at the top every time either. Carvana's up another 30% today. That one's been having a nice bounce. One of those large caps that's bouncing well.
Yeah, I just see it going down 99% on the year.
Yeah. Only it's. That's what I keep telling people. It only takes a 99% drop for 100% now. It's in this market. Yeah.
I'm watching OBLG right now. I would love a quick panic because you're going to get these quick intraday panics because it rose so much. And here we are down to the 440s.
That's a short sell rumor, right?
Yeah, that's a short selling rumor. And
on OBLG?
yeah, that was the only rumor. It was just a Twitter thing. There's no news. Nothing. A week ago, they regained compliance with the NASDAQ, so that's cool. Yeah, very convenient timing, isn't it? They probably started... all these companies, I feel like, are starting their own rumors sometimes.
It's a great way to squeeze shorts. This is what you guys have to understand.
Yeah.
420s. Look at this quick sell-off. This is what I love, right?
That's the problem with somebody like this. I'm not good at trading the listed panics all that well. I do a little better with the OTCs, but that's nice.
Get under 4. Come on.
Yes, like if we got a dip to like 380s, 390s, I'd buy a little bit.
Oh, I got some on the dip. 416.
Nice.
Let's try this. OBLG 416. Just 1,000 shares. Dip bought this big runner on solid panic off the day. Highs goal is 10 to 20% bounce. Speculative, small money. Getting some?
GTII is still falling.
Can we get it? 416.
It's hanging there right now.
1,000 shares. I would love to flip it in the 430s, 440s. Little tiny dip by. Oh, it looks like it might even go down one more. Can we get under 4? See, I'll average in on this one too. 407. Can I get in the 390s? E-Trade. E-Trade is so bad lately.
Yeah, E-Trade's been giving me a lot of issues lately.
Come on. I got some more at 404.
I like GNS here. I know you're looking at that, Matt.
That's the only one I'm on.
Yeah, and I like it here.
It's just holding up really nice.
Yeah.
After that fail, setting up some good risk levels.
Well, that's the. I like BuzzFeed too, though. I'm keeping an eye on that through high day. Those are the only two I'm watching right now.
But it's just so early.
Yeah, well, that's the problem. What time is it? Like 11, 12 market time.
Yeah. So
But that's what I've been noticing a lot in this market is some of the best moves happen midday right now. But
I think AI, if it goes crazy, GNS will be the leader and we'll be like 20.
yeah, multi-day run kind of.
If it goes crazy.
Got a little bounce at 405.
I
Come on, give me a
think
little
it's our
bounce.
best bet for like sector momentum right now, though, for sure, is AI. Yeah.
Just the multi GNS is so nice.
Oh, that'd be a nice. If this holds view up here,
Looks like it keeps going. There's some heavy short sells.
Or OBLG.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's gotten a lot of. I mean, it's fallen under 4 now, but given how much volume, it didn't fall nearly as much as.
There's some heavy shorts in this.
Yeah, this could be fun.
Nope. Here we go. Now we got the bounce. The bounce is coming at 403. I would add to this, but I don't want to add again. I've already added. My average is like 408.
Am I trading on? I think my computer's like 5 seconds behind right now.
Dude, it's all like it's the Wi-Fi. It's the E-Trade.
Yeah.
Nothing's good.
That's probably why I'm getting better fills on my phone right now.
Right?
Yeah. I'm eyeing GNS here.
Come on. Oh, we're going to get a bounce here on OBLG. Or there might be one more thing on the way down. Oh, it looks like the sellers are giving up. If it takes it back, 404, 405. Come on, get it above. Get above 404. Somebody is shorting big.
I just started a long on GNS. That was a really nice recovery, but I'm giving it some time.
Getting above 408. Come on, man. I don't like it. Not bouncing.
Yeah, it's struggling.
No bounce. And this happens sometimes too. Like I'm also trading midday. I'm out at 398. No bounce. Cutting losses fast. This is why I need to avoid midday traps. And small losses suck, but they are acceptable.
Well said.
They are.
Yeah.
Maybe it bounces, but I don't like it midday. I'm not going to give it more time. I'm not going to be extra patient. I was going for the quick bounce, you know? And now it looks like it's actually holding 4. But it's fine.
Yeah.
You know, like this is the thing. Like you sometimes you're going to lose a little, and it's literally okay.
And that's why you keep the loss small.
It's not the end of the world. That's you know, just protecting yourself, right? Like that's what you really have to do.
I always tell people I'd rather take a small loss so I can get back in if it sets up better later than it never setting back up and you're just stuck with a big back.
It's also just understanding where you are. Like I was going for a quick bounce,
Yep.
didn't get it, you know, but I'm still up 15K on the month and I'm still up like 6,500 on the day. You protect your overall gains. Like it's still not bouncing. I'm going to watch this too because I'm going to try to see what did I do wrong. Like theoretically, I thought that it was going to bounce really quick. But so did other people. Now it's hanging 397, 390. Like there was a big shorter at 404. We all saw that. Let me make sure I have no more orders. Sometimes I forget that I have an order still in.
Sometimes I'll get a notification on my phone to retrade filled. I was like, oh, whoops.
As of right now, I'm still glad that I'm out because it's going lower. Look at this. Now cracking 390. Now it's like a slippery slope.
Yeah.
Remember, this is up on like air.
Well, and it's on no real news either. There's not a real. It's just we need some more shorts
And
to
this
squeeze.
is the thing. So now it's like the shorts are in charge. It's fading. When you don't get that quick bounce on a speculative trade, no thanks. And it's still up 40%. But you guys have to learn, you know, trading is not just about, you know, perfect trading all the time. It's really controlling losses. Every trader loses. Literally, every single trader.
It's a lot more about controlling losses than it is controlling wins.
And controlling your emotions,
Yeah.
too. You know, what if I was still in from, you know, the 4s and now down to the 370s? That's nasty.
Just bleeding out now.
I would be scared to be long right now. But I would also be scared to be short because now it's down $1 a share, you know, off of its highs. If I was short, I'd probably be covering right now, too.
Yeah.
Are you trading BBBY?
No, I'm actually in GNS right now.
Remember,
After
it's
that
midday.
No, I know. Well, because same thing. Avoid midday traps. I feel like that's a midday short trap, but we'll figure it out. I've got tiny size. I don't want to throw away anything I made on the day, or throw away too much.
OBLG now bouncing to the 380s a little bit. Let's see how much it can bounce. If it can bounce at all. No, can't even bounce.
Yeah.
Slippery slope. Look at this, 360s. So now, my selling at 398 looks freaking fantastic. This is how slippery it can be when you're trying to guess the bottom. But I like watching stocks even after I exit, just to see what I could have done better. And I could not have cut losses better. Frankly, I'm surprised that it didn't just bounce in the 370s. But we've been seeing this sometimes with these plays where they just go all the way down. No bounces, very frustrating for dip buyers. Now it looks like it might be bouncing in the 370s. Bid is solidifying a little bit. But this is what I'm saying, like where you don't have to trade midday. A lot of midday traps happen right now.
Wait, Matt, stay for like 2 more minutes. Because tell Janice to go over 7.
What's that?
Matt is good luck.
693. Yeah, you told.
I've got 5,000 shares of it.
What?
What?
6.
Calm down with your gambling self, dude.
641.
Oh, you got a better fill than me too? Ugh.
Wow.
Look at this. We're doing
Hey, my name's
webinar.
Matt, and
Live webinar.
Oh, the goal was to leave
Live
and not tell
webinar.
anyone that I was long 5,000. No, my goal was to leave and tell everyone that I was long
You're
5,000.
a bad person.
Yeah, you are a bad person.
You're a bad
You are a bad person.
We're giving a live webinar. We're trying to help people.
Yeah, and here Matt is sized in the most out of anyone. In the best trade, not telling anyone.
I was so hoping it was going to
You're back in the 630s.
high 640s.
640s, and now it's 690.
Yeah.
So you're up another 2K.
2K right now about, yeah.
Remember to take profits.
I can't. I'm going to sell this at 20.
Dude, calm down.
That's
Don't
kind
even
of my.
joke about this.
No, I can't. If this goes over highs in the next... I have to leave in 5 minutes.
Are you coming back?
Yeah, I just got to work out.
Oh.
I can't be fat and natty, dude. I'll come back.
Can you believe? What if I just left right now?
Can you pick up more, go back to Proud, get some more
You don't want
profits?
anywhere else? Summer Moon's not bad around here.
Summer Moon's good.
All right, just pick up some good coffee.
Can you give me some Summer Moon too? And lunch?
Yeah.
In an hour and a half.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
text
okay.
you, Bryce,
Yeah.
and then you're gonna have to coordinate.
Matt. I am master coordinator.
Almond
The
latte.
greatest planner, always on time.
So now OBLG is bouncing
Should I
a
just
little
set
bit.
stop loss?
That's what I did.
Dude, 680s. You're pushing it. It's midday. Take the 2K. Come on.
What's your stop loss now?
Well, I'm not in 5,000 shares, so 612.
Dude.
I have
No,
750
I'm
shares.
talking to Matt.
Oh, okay.
Like, this is a midday little bounce. Just take the 2K. Be happy. This is your best.
Probably downsize, huh?
you should probably exit. It looks like it just topped here at 690. You're midday. This is speculative. Enjoy the 2K.
I'm with Matt on. I know, but every time I say it, it's like it
Look
burns.
at this. It's a midday. You can draw all your little
I know. No,
charts.
it's not that. It's not that. It's not that. I like that it broke that low right there and then recovered. Snap of a finger. We're over the multi-day highs. I'm probably biased.
But it's also me as unbiased. I see a potential top at 690-ish.
Yeah, I know. You're not.
It's struggling midday with the down market. You need, this is what we saw this morning. We need convincing breakouts. You're not getting a convincing breakout. If you're getting a convincing breakout and it's an all-day runner, fantastic. But it's having resistance problems at 690. Look at this. Just dropped from 690 to 670. What is this, Taco Deli?
Best burritos.
Oh,
Taco Bell.
look at this.
Taco Bell.
Look at this. This is why.
Taco Belly.
Dude. This is
Tater
just,
tots? Dude, you got tots.
I've had this before.
and tots are cold.
Those are good.
Do you have any waters here?
Good, man.
Do you have any waters?
Thank you. There's some water.
Grab a water.
Alright, see you soon, man.
Matt,
Matthew.
what's your stop loss at on GNS? It just dropped from 690 to 670.
I think I put it at like 605.
Oh my God. Stop. Thank you.
I sized down to like 2,000 shares.
Dude, just lock in the 2K.
Well, at this point, if I lose, I'll lose like $500.
But you don't need to lose anything. It just topped at 690. This is clear as day.
Don't tell me that. Bryce's face is telling me all I need to know.
You degenerates.
Okay.
This is why I have to come down on you guys. You degenerates are like, thank
Okay.
you for not using plastic. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Zach knew you were in town.
And that's what I'm saying. You know, I think it's good for all of us to do like our part. Small little changes.
How does this come up? Oh, there we go.
Look at this. The Dow is down 80. We tried to come back, you know, like midday. This is classic midday. Look at this bounce on the Dow. Look at this. The Dow tried to bounce and then straight back down.
that failed.
It's
That's-
very similar. The Dow and GNS are actually tracking each other right now. But this is what you guys have to. You like this?
This
one?
is like cool water.
Yeah, right. It's a whole new world for you today.
Yeah, it is.
But look at this. Matt Monaco he's up like 6K and he goes to work out middle of the day. Like, that's a good life.
I want to add.
To what? GNS?
Yeah.
Come on.
I'm not going to.
What's your average?
670, but I don't have. I agree with that. I think this could squeeze, but that's why I have small. That's why I have small size
Here's my
for it.
thing, right? So it could squeeze if it can get over 7.
Yeah.
But it's facing massive resistance in the 690s midday. So like you just have to like understand. You could lock it in. What is this? 200?
200. I
You're
know.
$100 away.
Wait, Tim, hold on. It's doing it. It's doing it. It's at 7.
Dude.
I'm trying to do it. I'm trying to market, edit, market.
Don't use a market order.
Limit.
Limit order.
Yeah, but I'm on my phone.
704. Take it.
I'm trying.
Take it. This is the moment you're over $1 million. Come on. Are you over $1 million? Woo! Are you over $1 million?
Yeah.
Yo, congrats, buddy. Look at this. GNS over $1 million.
You do it? I did it.
Woo!
It's a party in the USA.
Yo, this is pretty sick.
All right, I've evolved my caffeine.
We finally got a student who cost $1 million on camera. No, calm down. No. Stop. Why is he doing this with water? Stop.
You're gonna die.
Stop. Calm
Because
down.
I've evolved from my
That's how you
drinking
celebrate.
days. I drink nothing but
Everyone
spring water.
congratulating this, and now it's failing. Look at this.
I'm king!
You did it.
I did it.
Smile for the camera.
That's sick.
Alright, but you know what to say. Say, fuck 2022.
Whoa! My webinar!
Welcome
They might
to
get rid of their families.
2023.
What? 2023.
Screw 2022.
Screw
Hold
2022.
on, let's take a selfie. Let's mark this moment. This was totally unplanned, by the way. This was totally unplanned. That, like, literally the day of that I'm here, one day, And Bryce.
That is awesome.
See that, Tim? You're a good luck charm.
I know.
You gotta be here for my.
But you see, look at this. Now it's back down.
Yeah.
What was your exit?
7:15.
Hey, we're gonna send this to the Sykes and Sykes racing. So, okay, 1, 2, 3, go.
What did I do?
Is this photo or video?
Video.
Oh!
What happened?
On camera, during all-day webinar, Bryce just crossed $1 million.
I'm dancing.
Pretty exciting. Awesome, man. Congrats.
Thank you.
And it was on disciplined trades. You locked in the profits safely.
Yeah, but I want to take it again.
Just stop. Enjoy the moment. Okay?
All right.
Jump
Moment.
over.
Cross the millie.
That's crazy.
Woo! That's sick. That is cool. That was cool.
How does it feel?
Feels good. I'm hyped.
Fuck yeah.
I need some more.
We're going out
something.
tonight.
I'll bring some
Party time.
We're going out tonight. We're going out tonight?
What time's dinner?
7? 6? I don't know. That was pretty cool.
That was really cool.
Right? We saw the squeeze.
Let me. I'm double checking.
Yeah, make sure you're out.
Yeah, hold on.
Make sure you're out.
I needed to be okay. So my P&L today needed to be over 5,300.
Let's make sure that you're over it.
P&L today needed to be over 53.
You're over it. You're over it. 55. So
Yeah, baby. Let's go. $1,200,000.
Dude, that's
That
sick.
is badass.
How does it feel?
Feels good. Feels
Snap
good.
judgment. How does it feel to be, a trading millionaire? You've been waiting for this moment for so long.
Yeah, I know.
But understand, like he had some good trades, GNS, OBLG, little trades. The big trade was over the weekend, GTII.
Well, and I mean that was the. I mean, I even I talked to a few people. I was like, GTI, it would have to basically set up perfect. Have a nice gap, morning spike up near 2, and it did exactly that. So I mean, it worked out really well there. But I guess that's part of being prepared. Yeah.
We got the exact moment. Dude, that's crazy.
Yeah, that is insane.
I can't even think, I don't think we've gotten this. I don't think we've gotten the exact moment like this.
And we know the trade, down to the trade. That's cool.
And Matt Monaco walks out.
Yeah.
Text him.
I told him to stay.
Someone text Matt. Tell him to come back, the idiot.
I said, you got to stay for a few more minutes.
Look
Stay
at
for
this.
5
Now
more
it's
minutes.
fading back down to 695. So you got the midday squeeze, and that was it. You took the meat of the move.
I do want to keep watching this for later in the day.
No, watch it.
Yeah. Keep an eye on it.
Close your trading account. You're not allowed to lose it.
I've been trading on my phone.
Turn your Wi-Fi off. You can watch it, but you can't trade.
I won't trade
You're
it.
disallowed.
I won't trade
Look
it.
at this, 670s.
Yeah.
You see how fast it fades?
the only-
Matt Monaco left to go. This is my whole problem against health. Matt went to go work out. He's getting healthier, and he just missed a perfect sell opportunity. It just cost him like $1,000 or $2. Tell him to come back.
You said you took too long.
Dude.
Tell him he took too long.
You've been grinding for this moment for years.
Yeah.
In 5 minutes, he's like, I'm going to go work out.
Yeah, I know. I even told him to stay.
This is what happens. It's still pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Thank you for being a part of it.
Dude, I mean...
Okay, the whole part of it.
Yeah, right? Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for inviting me for the moment.
Yeah.
It's a journey. And understand, everyone, this is just one step. It's years in the making. It's nice to celebrate milestones. It's good to have big goals. But, it's a process. It's a marathon, not a sprint.
You welcomed me into the challenge my first day, and now I'm welcoming you for my first $1 million crossing. I'm going to do it again tomorrow.
But this is it. One good trade, one small trade at a time, and it really adds up. Alex, chop this whole webinar up. Where we were almost at $1 million earlier, and then it was a little too early, and then now it's like this, and then get him chugging the water. I love that you're celebrating.
With health. See, that's how you mix health and trading. Look at OBLG all the way down to 320.
And it just can't bounce.
Yeah, it didn't bounce at all.
It can't bounce. So I
330,
cut losses. So even though I cut losses, that's fantastic. That is sick.
That's pretty cool.
And this is what I want you guys to see. It's not about perfect trading. He sold OBLG too quickly, but he protected it. Now you would be down on OBLG.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I was in at 316, but
Okay,
like,
so you'd be
still,
up a little bit, but you
would
locked in solid profits.
Locked in $1,000 on it. Yeah.
And OBLG is now $1 a share off of its highs. No dip buy in sight because it's speculative. GNS, you sold perfectly. You just sold right near day highs. Right now, if you was still holding OBL or GNS, you wouldn't be over $1 million.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying. Like it's good to have goals and it's good to like really just lock it in.
That was a nice sell. I got a really good feel on that.
And this is what I'm saying. Sometimes you're too early, sometimes you're too late. It's not a perfect science, but you lock it in. And this is what I want you guys to understand. Like so many people are so worried about getting like the perfect exit. And you just don't need to be there. I was being there for Gurtani's children's birth. No, I was there for Roland's births, but thank you.
Oh, yeah, you were.
I literally, Roland's last 2 kids, one in Phoenix, one in Austin. Totally unplanned. But this is why I believe in like destiny and fate. I was there the day that like his wife like gave birth. And I went into the hospital room and I'm like holding the baby and I'm like, oh, it's crazy.
That is really cool. That is really cool.
She was like cleaning the hospital room. I was like, calm down. Like you're just like, she's like, oh, it's so messy. I'm like, you just gave birth. It's fine. No, but it's cool. And it's really very cool to see this stuff in person and witness it. Like, this is a great moment. How long have you been dreaming about this?
I mean, before I even got into trading, I wanted to make my first $1 million, but I mean, the day I started, the day I started trading, I was like, man, I can't wait to make $1 million trading. And wow.
Cut this right now. Say after wow, we're cutting this video. Use this whole video, Alex, on YouTube. This whole, from the beginning of today till just now, when he ends at wow. Cut it at wow, because after he says wow, he's like, I want to buy this. We don't want to show that. You have to control your degenerate self.
What? I didn't.
You said, wow, feels so good. Oh, I want to buy this.
Oh.
Like, okay.
Well, no, but it looks good. I mean, it looks good.
I
but
get
I'm
it, but we're
midday. I know.
Look,
I know.
It just probably double top too at 7:15-ish. You're midday, the market's down.
I was looking at BBB, Bed Bath & Beyond. Yeah, different one. I'm not buying that. It moves too slow.
All right. Very cool, though. I'm glad we could do this, even though I made you sell OBLG too soon.
Hey, you know what? Honestly, if I didn't sell OBLG too soon, I probably would have gotten past that number, and then I would have probably sold the same spot.
I would rather you do it the right way, like in a responsible way. Like there's a lot of ways to make $1 million, but like as crypto people, NFT people learn, like you can make $1 million, but if you do it the wrong way and you don't have risk management, you don't have rules, you're just gonna lose it.
Yeah, I know.
So like you're doing it with rules in place and risk management, which is a more frustrating way, but it's the best way that'll last. Because, now it's not like, $1 million, now he doesn't have to work for the rest of his life. Yeah. Like, $1 million doesn't go that far anymore these days. And it's a process that can keep going. The lessons that you learn from your first million will keep going.